The midterms. The midterms. We'll start with the CBS segment, but dude, the midterms, they're looking definitely spicy. They're looking definitely spicy. I think we are going to see some Democrat success. I read up on a little bit of him this morning. So we will get into it right away.
Party is expanding the number of congressional districts it's looking to win in this year's midterm elections. This morning, the Democratic congressional campaign.
Here are the states with districts being targeted by Democrats. And this is really, 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 really telling. Because we have Montana, Kansas, Iowa, southern Minnesota. These are all very red positions, especially Montana 1. Iowa, we're looking at, is Trump being kicked off? I mean, Republicans are. Democrats need to pick up 4 seats. They need to win all their current seats and then pick up 4 to win the majority in the House. And then I think 3 in the Senate? I don't remember how much they're needing to win in the Senate.
Campaign committee unveiled 5
No, it's 4 in the Senate because J.D. Vance is the tiebreaker. I don't remember how many in the House.
additional districts it is targeting this November. You see them highlighted here, which brings the total number of districts considered in play by the party to 44. Republicans currently hold a slim majority of 218 to.
So, yeah, here's the House. 3 vacancies. We have a lot of people retiring, trying to go for Senate, or retiring, going for, like, state governor, returning to their states. Nobody wants to be in the federal government right now. It is not looking hot, especially because of ICE and stuff, especially these, like, Latino places.
To Democrats, 200.
No one wants to be in the federal.
In the House of Representatives. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe joins us from the White House with a look at how the president could approach the midterms. Ed, good morning. Traditionally, a president's party.
So it's not Trump being kicked off. He doesn't. The presidential election is not until 2028, which we'll get to later. It's not looking good. But we are talking about the 2026 midterms, which a lot of governor races and Senate races happen in these 6-year intervals in between federal election. Hold on, Hassan. There you go. I just need to pull that up.
During the midterm elections, especially in their second term.
So there's no term limits in the Senate. So a lot of them are in these second terms, and they're worried that they're going to get voted out. So the presidential party, traditionally, the House and Senate flip to the opposite party. So it would be Democrat this time. Under Obama, they won House and Senate, but then in his second term, in those midterms in 2000 and let's see, he got elected 2008. Yeah, 2010. Like, it's swapped to a Republican House and Senate, and for the first 2 years, he's fucking nothing.
Is Mr. Trump's strategy? How optimistic might he and his team feel 9 months out?
Sure. Well, first of all, if maybe we can bring back that map with those 5 new districts, just to give you a sense of how bullish.
The fact that Bliowa, that's one of my original predictions from 2 years ago. No, not 2 years ago. Yeah, no, 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Democrats are now feeling about this. Once they start talking about making races in Montana, southern Minnesota.
Especially because these breadbasket states are not doing well under Trump's tariffs, especially Iowans. Iowans are not happy. Living here, they're not happy with tariffs.
South side of Virginia and that first district of South Carolina competitive, they're starting to smell something in the water that suggests they've got a shot here at not only taking the majority,
Obama Gill sandwich.
Stretching into the
it did like Dijon,
which would be quite something given the narrow margins we've had in the House the last few years. So how does the president counteract this? Well, first of all, he's been spending the last several months telling people he knows the history, as you mentioned, Errol, that second-term presidents suffer in this first midterm election of their second.
And if Trump loses the Senate majority and the House majority, they're going to go through the impeachment process again. It'll be 2 years of just impeachment. None of it will go through, but it'll clog up everything else.
Term. And in essence, he's doing that to scare the base and to say, remember, you've got to show up to vote to keep this momentum going. He talked about this in a Fox Business interview that's airing later today. Take a listen.
I think we have the greatest economy actually ever in history. Now we have
which we talked about, what was that, yesterday or the day before? Whew! They're not looking good.
The hottest country anywhere in the world. That's said by everybody.
0 cancer breakthroughs.
Everybody. We have the hottest country in the world. I guess I have to sell that because We should win in a landslide, and we'll do everything we can to do it.
Trump talking like that is such a good sign for us. That is Trump being not confident in himself. If Trump is confident, happy Valentine's Day. I mean, thank you, Pretty Little Psycho. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well. If Trump isn't confident, he'll say like, we should do this. We're going to do this and we should, because like that's, you know, it might be a little difficult, but Trump is not confident at all. He is not projecting that there's no way we're going to lose. We're going to win. Anything else is a hoax.
The issue is, if he has to be saying that, is it indeed the hottest country? Is the economy really booming? You look at recent CBS News polling, like the one we released last week, survey suggests no. Americans don't think the economy's that hot right now. They don't think that they're going to be better off than previous generations. They don't think it's easy to find a job. That's going to require quite a sales pitch from the president.
Oh, yeah.
November this year, Errol.
And Ed, it's likely one of the factors pulling down the president's approval rating. That same polling you've referenced from us shows the president's approval rating has fallen by double digits over the past 12 months. Is this...
God damn! 40%?
Typical of a president's second term? And if so, or if not, how can this administration turn that around?
It can be typical of those, and yes, if you're hitting these kinds of numbers right now, it would foretell bad things for you later on. But look, it's only February. Plenty of time for things to turn around, both on the economy and other issues, and you're going to see the president, the White House keeps telling us, out on the road more frequently across the country with fellow Republicans, talking about his...
I doubt it. I seriously doubt Trump is going to be on the road more often. They do not want Trump out there. I thought the rating would be lower. No, that makes sense. I genuinely, like, Trump is not going to be able to be on the road at all. He is decrepitly old.
His belief that the economy is in good shape, talking about the other successes of the past year. But the issue will be, can he convince enough, not only Republicans to show up, but those independent voters that can swing elections in either direction, that he's in fact doing the job that he says he's doing, and that Republicans deserve to hold on to control of Congress and do a lot of state houses across the country. Remember, there's been those handful of special elections all across the country, especially in legislative races in the last several months. We've seen Democrats winning a handful of those that they hadn't necessarily before, at least not by as much, suggesting that the momentum in terms of who's willing to show up to cast a ballot is on the side of the Democrats. That's kind of the typical way things go, though, Errol. And if we're looking at that kind of year, it's going to be a good one for Democrats.
But as you mentioned, Ed, 9 months, a political eternity. So much can happen between now and then.
I know Texas is going up in flames as well. Hold on. Let me get this article pulled over from ABC. So, Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, the campaign arm of the House Democrats, said on Tuesday it's adding 5 seats to its list of Republican-held districts that is targeting to flip in the 2026 midterm elections. We need aggressive Democrat pushes like this because it's the only way we'll be able to win. Adding districts, Donald Trump by 13% or less. I'm going to go take a nap. See you later, embarrassed Dino. Is arguing that recent Democrat performance in special elections, which are doing very good, and it's not necessary. Special elections aren't necessarily like an indication of like how midterms are going to go, but right now, it's kind of feeling that way. It's very positive for Democrats right now, especially in red states. Democrats are on the offense, and our map reflects that. 5 districts in play, which now has 44 districts, includes Colorado 5th. They voted for Trump. Minnesota's 1st. They voted for Trump. I know Michigan, when they voted for Trump for president, they've elected a Democrat governor. So we'll see. I'm very excited to see this next midterm election. I don't think Republicans are going to do well, especially the double tripling down on ICE and like saying that the economy is doing well. I think they're making a huge mistake with it. They're making the same mistake they did in 2022. Yes, 2022, when they were double tripling down on trans issues when people really didn't give a fuck about them. Now it's like more people are alienated by it because they've spent the last 4 years making sure people are alienated about it. But man, it's not looking good for Republicans. Woke is back, people. Trump will be impeached constantly. My prediction is that for the next 2 years, maybe 3 years, it's going to be nonstop impeachment from on Trump. Currently held by Republican U.S. Rep Ryan Zinke. Democrats have separately been highlighting smoke jumper Sam Forstag's entrance into the race, offering a party a notable outsider candidate. And I was talking about this with Alaska. Alaska, very Republican, has a Democrat that's most likely going to do very well because Alaskans that run in Alaska do very well. Like, born and raised Alaskan, didn't move there. Although the mid-decade redistricting gambit still faces roadblocks, the other new district targeted by DCC, South Carolina's 1st congressional district. Nancy Mace is running for governor. What's his name? Mitch McConnell's stepping down. Nancy Pelosi's stepping down. These old geriatric fucks that have ruined the country are stepping down, so that's good. Recent special election results and some polling have shown the lead for Democrats on generic congressional ballot, giving Democrats some room for optimism. Democrats will need to net 3 seats in the House to flip the chamber, and all 30 current vacancies of the House are filled by members who belong to the same political party as the former incumbents. Republicans, meanwhile, hope to extend their majority in the U.S. House. Wow! Not even saying anything about the Senate. It's probably going to be a Democrat Senate. We are going to see complete gridlock out of the government here pretty soon. National Democrats are daydreaming. Ground police about them. Mike. Battleground favors Republicans. No, it does not. Not even close to it. Let's take a look at Iowa. My state, Iowa. Where is governor election? Let's take these bloodstained assholes out. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be. The American public likes to throw out the trash, get them out quite often. Ron Sand. We're hoping for Ron Sand, people. I feel like Republicans don't really have a good, solid candidate yet for Iowa governor. And Kim Reynolds is stepping down, so Paul Dahl and Julie Starch, no chance on the Democrat side. I would say out of everybody on the Republican side, Randy Fenstra, probably. Republican governor race polling Iowa 2026. President attacked my governor, which he initially backed. Let me guess what state you're in. Texas or Ohio? Vamp Goddess. Did I get that correct? No. Okay, what state are you in? Oklahoma. Yeah, dude, he's a cuck. What's his name again? Oklahoma governor. Kevin Stitt. Yeah, Kevin Stitt's a cuck, dude. Cuck to the administration. Because he still follows them around on everything. Let's take a look at these polling numbers. So, Zach Walz, which is going to be who we're having run for as a Democrat in... I think he's running for Senate? Yes, he's running for Senate. And Zach Walz... He's pretty woke, I believe. Unless I'm completely wrong.
I'm Zach Walz. Growing up, I was an Eagle Scout. And it might sound a little old-fashioned, but I still live by those scouting values. Most important to me is that a scout is brave. I learned to stand up for what's right, especially when it's hard. That's what I've done as a state senator. And
that's why I'm getting his name confused for Zach Nunn. The Republicans are attacking each other, yet have us believing the field is in their favor. Exactly, Vamp Goddess. Or just Nikki. I'll call you Nikki.
That's why I'm running for the United States Senate. I'll stand up to leaders of both parties because...
And our so Iowa has 4 House districts. 3 of the 4 of them are honestly up in the air.
They are not delivering for us. I'm a 6th generation Iowan and a new generation of Democrat. I believe in the old democratic values of hard work and family, not handouts for billionaires and insiders.
God, dude, this is like...
Standing up for workers' rights and civil rights, like I always have. When I was 19, I defended the freedom to marry for all Iowans, including families like mine with 2 moms.
We're Iowans.
Woke!
We don't expect anyone to solve our problems for us. We'll fight our own battles. We just hope for equal and fair treatment from our government.
That's not what we're getting right now. Our leaders have failed us, and we are the ones paying the price.
Well, we all are going to die.
That was fucking crazy, by the way, from Joni Ernst. Like, absolute fucking fumble. I forgot about that, man.
When Joni Ernst was elected, She said,
Let's make them squeal.
but Joni broke her promise to us.
We need a new senator.
Are you Australian? Get out of here. You're not American.
One with the courage to fight for all our families.
Cute kid, though. Dude, it's the dog from the Ring doorbell ad.
We need a senator for us.
I'll be that senator.
I really, dude, Zach Walls. Zach Walls, LGBTQ. He's always been a LGBTQ advocate. Oh, I love him. I love him so much. I've been donating to him for a couple of years now. I'm not gonna lie, I have been donating to him for a couple of years now. He's just a good guy. He's just a good person.
In 2018, I live in Coralville, which is outside of Iowa City in Johnson County.
Coralville is Hickville.
But I also had all of Cedar County to the east and a slice of Muscatine County south.
Oh, Muscatine County is also Hickville.
The largest city in Cedar County has one stoplight.
Yep.
This is Tipton, Iowa. Great community. And we were able to win a lot of voters in Cedar County who had voted for Donald.
With progressive populism. Progressive populism, man. And I don't like Rob Sand as much. I will not lie. I'm not a huge fan of Rob Sand, and I have donated to him in the past. Mostly because...
I'm Zach Walls. Growing up, I was an Eagle Scout. And it might sound a little old-fashioned,
What the fuck
but
is
I
playing?
still live by those scouting values.
Shut up. Shut up. I love you, but shut up. I do like... I want Rob Sand to win, even though I haven't been a super big fan of him. Because I think he could have more left-leaning views, and I think he would do very well. But Rob Sand is gonna do well. Rob Sand LGBTQ, which is like, I am focusing on queer issues, obviously. He's for the biological boys are mentioned not playing women's teams. Not everyone at Field Day North Liberty last Thursday was there to see Rob Sand, something that he acknowledged that he started Johnston County, stopped as a 100-town hall tour. Some people were just there to eat, which is why the clatter of knives and forks or plates are on the sound in the background, which is approximately an hour-long event. But most of the overflow crowd at Field Day was there to see Sand. Sand was considered a rising star among Iowa Democrats before he launched his first run for office in 2015, and that is when I first started donating to him, actually, in 2015. We need our own Zoran. Dude, Zach Walls. When Sand ran for Iowa Senate Auditor, he first ran to public office. Yeah. Johnson County, there are tables in Des Moines that need flipping. I would love your help with that. Where is... I need to see the trans rights. An audience member asked Rob Sands about transgender civil rights. She was pretty cool. I remember seeing this. Iowa City told, I have noticed a lack of conversation surrounding trans rights. Attacks on the rights of transgender Iowans have been a central part of Republican culture war in Iowa recently. Yeah, it's been really bad, honestly. It's been pretty rough being queer in Iowa. The ban was followed by other bills targeting trans Iowans, culminating in a bill this year that eliminated gender identity from the Iowa Civil Rights Act, making Iowa the first state to repeal parts of its Civil Rights Act to allow discrimination against a minority group. The bill also changed key definitions in state law to remove the possibility of legally recognizing trans people as trans people. Kohler said she could understand Sand's desire to campaign in a bipartisan style that make him Tyson, transgender of Iowa, but at the end of the day, you're campaigning for governorship in a state that has a group of people that not have the same civil rights protection as the rest of the population. Say you want to be governor for all, so this includes them. What is your plan to restore their rights? It is an important question. I think his response here, I don't remember it off the top of my head, so I'm going to go into this hoping it was well. Because people who are doing what I'm doing right now should have challenged by people about things they say or about things they have not said. He could continue, right? Now I've been clear, the civil rights repeal for transgender people is wrong. It was wrong. You should not be fired from your job in the state of Iowa for being different. You should not be evicted from your apartment in the state of Iowa. This is a question to faith. My faith is all about the outcasts. It's about the people who are pushed aside, who are not favored. And I think we have to make Iowa a place where state government is as welcoming as Iowans are. As for restoring the civil rights protection, Sand said he wouldn't be able to accomplish that as governor. Even if he wins, Republicans will still control the legislature. I'm going to be working with the same legislator to repeal those rights. If someone comes here and says to you they're going to unilaterally restore them, that's exactly the kind of strongman mentality that brings us to dangerous places. He would veto any culture war bill that the legislator passed, but there's one culture war bill Sand supports: school sports ban for transgender girls and women. This is the issue. This is the issue with him. I need him to win, but this is a kind of a sticking issue for me. Presenting fairness in women's sports is the same sort of language Governor Reynolds uses when talking about how proud she is that she signed the ban into law. That's my issue with him. But I gotta get, hold on. Iowa for district races. Fourth congressional district. Let's look at the fuck off Des Moines Register. God, I hate them. So the 4th district is probably going to be the one that stays conservative. I can imagine Des Moines district swapping over. There's so many supports are split by genders because of misogyny and the fact that men can't handle women being better than them. That's something that's true. That's true. I actually do believe that. I do believe at some level there's going to be like, when it comes down to hormones, and this is something I truly believe. I do believe there should be like a hormone level testing for sports. And then we put those people in those types of groups. God, that redistricting is rough. Because I think at like the top levels, it does matter. But everything under professional athletes should not matter. There should not be a gender difference. Who is running in all Iowa congressional districts 2026? Yeah, I mean, consensus forecast. I could see 1 in 3 flipping to Democrats, but I don't know. I doubt 4 will ever be swap. But yeah, Randy Fenstra is probably going to win this one. Or no, because he's retiring to run for governor. Hinston's going to be this one. Miller Meeks, and then Zach Nunn. I could see Zach Nunn getting voted out of office. He's not very popular. Zach Nunn. I hope Sarah Garriott wins this. Oh no, Nunn's ads were bad. I actually met Nunn in person too. Should become the Democrat nominee in Iowa's 3rd congressional district. The same polls test positive about incumbent U.S. Representative Zach Nunn. It's not clear who commissioned the survey, but questioning. Yeah. I'm wanting that. I hope. I'll hope. You did? Yeah, I met him. Oh, I also listened to him debate, but against what's her name? Oh, what was our last District 1 representative? What is her name? Zach Nunn versus... Yes, here we go. A new poll shows Zach Nunn trailing 2 Democrat candidates into the race to represent Iowa's 3rd congressional district, which includes Des Moines Metro, which is like, that's where the woke is, right? In the city. Joni Ernst? No, it's not Joni Ernst. She was a Democrat. Who did Zach Nunn beat in 2022? Sydney Axney. Yeah, I went to school with her kids. in what is expected to be one of the most competitive U.S. House races in the country. Polling data from Change Research show that Sarah Garriott of West Des Moines, hey, that's where I was raised, is leading none with 50% compared to 40% for the two-term incumbent. The poll also shows State Rep Jennifer Conforst of Windsor Heights capturing 50% in a head-to-head race against none. I think Throne Garriott is thanks to her focusing on lower costs for Iowa, her background as a Lutheran minister has proven her track record as state senate or represent a Republican district. Sarah outperforms every other Democrat in critical suburban and rural areas. Yeah, I think Throne Garriott is gonna be hopefully good. I want to see her. Yeah, Sarah for Iowa. There it is. That's true. That's also true. Just like populist Democrats are winning. I know, what's her name? Dre up in Sioux City area did well as well. Oh, I hope she does good. Nonprofit leader, state legislator. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my god. I fucking hate Google. Throne Garriott LGBTQ. Let's see how she feels about queer people. Senator Rev Sharon or Sarah. It is so annoying. To counteract Christian. Yeah, I mean, she's pretty. Let's see. How long is this?
Sarah is a Lutheran clergy person.
This is how every old person in Iowa sounds and looks like, by the way. She's discussed with Billy Graham. Model attractive, strong, macho guy persona was a big part of his preaching style and overall appearance. He presented himself through the ministry. He physically worked out to cultivate his appearance and presentation to be attractive, show kind of ideal white Christian masculinity that some folks have been missing. There was a lot of folks in America feeling that Christianity had become too weak or soft, too feminine, and they wanted to embrace this kind of macho man persona. Voted nay on SF-14 or 418. Voted nay, voted nay, voted nay. Yeah, she's voted against every like anti-trans bill in Iowa from what I know. So I am having very good feelings. God, he looks like such a pedophile, dude. I'm having very good feelings about the midterms. Hernan was re-elected by 4%. Change Research poll also surveyed how all three candidates, Conforst, Nunn, and Throne Garriott, fared in Polk County, Dallas County, and the rest of Iowa's 3rd congressional district. So I'm thinking that Sarah's. I have my money on Sarah. If I was gonna bet on it, I would vote Sarah. I wouldn't even look at IA2. IA2 congressional race. I wouldn't. Yeah, Ashley Hinston is the incumbent, which you always have an advantage as the incumbent. Re-election Iowa House District 5. Ooh. Yeah, Lindsey James, another woman. Lindsey James, she's running for Iowa's 2nd congressional district, joining 2 other Democrats in the race to challenge U.S. Rep. Ashley Hinston in 2026. I'm running because too many hardworking Iowans are being forced to make impossible choices in their lives. Choices like, do I pay for childcare costs for, say, a house? Do I pay my utility bill to buy a new coat? Democrats have such a layup here. Like, just call them all pedophiles. Call them pedophile defenders. That's like, what if they all just said, like, oh, you defend Epstein or people in the Epstein files, they would all win. IA3 congressional district. There is a nonprofit. I have to talk to the group leader of the nonprofit. They reached out to me. I don't know if I can talk about it on stream yet, but I will talk about it as soon as I can. No, IA3. IA1. Race. Two Democrats, one Republican suspend campaigns for Iowa congressional seats. 3 candidates announced Monday they are ending their campaigns. And Iowa's 3rd congressional state, Confra, suspended her campaign. Oh, okay, this is new. And endorsed. Okay, so Sarah's going for the Democrat seat. Bringing balance back to DC, but bringing working class Iowa roots to the job. That's good. I'm glad she dropped out because Sarah's going to do much better than she would. Formerly House Minority Leader. Osho suspended his congressional Monday, saying he's instead running for state auditor. Oh, so we're just like giving up. Yep. Rob Sand is the current, and he's running for governor. Currently running on the auditor seat, but there are 2 Republicans vying for the party nomination. Are we... Okay, so Christina Bohannon. What? Get this off my fucking screen. What is this AI bullshit? Please, the 3rd time the charm. She launches her bid to seek Iowa 1st congressional districts. I don't remember what Miller Meeks' approval rating is. Hell yeah, dude. Christina Bohannon, 39%. Would say they would vote for Miller Meeks. 43 said they would vote for Christina. That's good. That's all good news. That is all good news.
Sorry to keep you here for so long, but thank you for coming tonight. And you know, this is a really, really close race. At this
yes,
point,
it
is. Too close to call, unfortunately. And so I did want to go call. You know.
Get out there and vote, people. The thing about it is that the special elections and midterm elections have the higher vote out for Democrats, or a higher turnout for Democrats, because it's highly educated, highly in tune with politics crowd, which is going to be on the Democrat side. I'm very excited for 2026. I'm very excited. We'll be covering it more throughout the year. Primaries start next month, so we will be covering it then. But I just have optimism. I have optimism for it. I'm feeling good.